What's up guys, Meredith with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're checking out the Oracle Flush Style LED taillights with the black housing and the clear lens fitting all 2021 and newer F-150s. Now the factory taillight styling is somewhat boring, and if boring is what you're looking to avoid when it comes to building your truck, these are going to be for you thanks to the custom appearance that comes with this set of lights and the potential of what you can transform them into with the modular design. In addition to the style, if you also are more active with your truck, taking it camping, fishing, or out in the woods at all and want a taillight that will minimize potential damage while getting all of the benefits of a well-functioning and high-performing light, these are going to achieve that. As it says in the name, these are going to be flush to the back, and while the factory lights and other aftermarket designs aren't huge, they still have a little bit of a dimension to them that can get caught up if you're off-road. However, these are going to be even with the bed in the tailgate staying completely out of the way. Now, aside from the shape, the look will be eye-catching with the large red border that will act as the brake and running light as well as the turn signal, in addition to integrating a sequential feature for increased style and awareness. Now, what is going to help you in the driver's seat will be the powerful strip of white LEDs here that are going to throw roughly 4,400 lumens to the rear to increase your visibility tenfold, even in more remote areas. These will also have a modular design, like I mentioned before, to paint the plastic to match your color code if you want a more custom appeal to the lighting and a more uniform appearance to the back of your truck. These will have a solid plastic housing that is molded to fit snug with the OE textured finish on top if you want to keep that sleeker and more rugged look, but again, with the right process, you can paint the plastic. Now, on top of the lighting, these will also have a hard-coated UV-treated clear lens, making it resistant to weathering and fading over time to keep that appearance looking new. Now, the set will also be completely plug and play. It is going to come with every single wiring harness you potentially need in order to install them, making this a very hassle-free mod and a very easy way to create that custom feel on the back of your truck. Now, these are going to come in at roughly $500, which is going to be fairly average for a set of taillights. Now, these are built with quality components while remaining plug and play and incorporating a unique modular design as well as the flush appearance, which is something that is not commonly done, allowing your F-150 to stand out. Now, I think if you want that non-traditional appearance but want an easy and high quality way to do it, then these are going to be right up your alley. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should only take you about an hour or so to get the job done with some basic hand tools. At this point, we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get these onto your F-150 at home. So that's going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need an impact, an adapter if necessary, T15 Torx bit, 8mm socket, Phillips head screwdriver, and a pair of needle nose pliers. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some taillights on our F-150, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so we've got our tailgate down and we're going to go ahead and pop our factory taillights out. What we're going to need to do is remove the two 8mm screws holding it in place. So we've got our 8mm socket on our impact and we'll go ahead and pop those out. And once we've got those out, we'll go ahead and pop our taillight out of its back locators here and remove it. And once you have this out, you want to go ahead and unplug all your connectors. So we'll just push down on those release tabs and pop these out. Then we can set it aside and go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Alrighty guys, so once we have our taillights out, we're going to need to go ahead and remove the BLIS sensor from our factory taillight. So we have 4 T15 screws holding this main bracket in place. So we'll go ahead and use our T15 bit as well as our impact to remove that, then we can access our sensor itself. So we'll go ahead and pop these out. Now you do want to be careful with this. You don't want to damage anything while removing this. Now once we have that unscrewed, we'll go ahead and pop this main bracket out. Again, you want to be careful of your factory wiring here. Then we can go ahead and turn this over, and we're going to press down on these two tabs here to release our sensor. And then we can go ahead and unplug it. Press down on our tab here. Pop that out. Now we can go ahead and set our taillight assembly aside. Alright guys, now we have our new taillight assembly up on our tailgate here, and the first thing we're going to do is install our BLIS sensor onto our new taillight. So we're going to have to remove the two screws that hold this bracket in place in order to get this on. So we'll go ahead and grab our Phillips head screwdriver and do that. Go ahead and pop that top of that bracket off, and we'll go ahead and install our sensor here, just like so. Those two tabs are going to lock in here, and then the other two are going to be held right in place by our bracket. So we'll go ahead and reinstall that. And we'll grab our Phillips head screwdriver and tighten this right back down. Then we're going to take this black plug right here that is already assembled on our new taillight and plug that into our BLIS sensor. And then we'll go ahead and push that red safety tab down to lock that in place. Now we can go ahead and install our resistor onto our resistor bracket. So we'll get this lined up here, the two screw holes. Now these are very small screws and nuts that we're dealing with, so be very careful not to drop them. We'll go ahead and get our first screw in place. I'm just going to hold that like so, and we'll get our provided lock nut loosely installed. We'll do the same thing for this one here. Now you can mount these in a couple of different orientations as long as you can get it onto here correctly. That's really up to you. Now because these nuts are so small, we're just going to use a pair of needle nose pliers to tighten them down. So go ahead and hold this with the pliers. Grab our Phillips head screwdriver again. Go ahead and tighten this down. And we'll do the same thing for this side. And once we have that on here, we'll go ahead and install our vampire clips onto our bracket. And we'll get this locked into place on one of our fins here. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and get our connectors plugged in, and we're just going to match the same ones with our body side harness. Go ahead and lock that one in, and we'll get this one plugged in. You want to make sure you hear that audible click to make sure they're in place. Now we can go ahead and set our headlight in. Just make sure you're not pinching any wires. You want to tuck everything in. Lock those locators in. Then we'll go ahead and reinstall our two 8mm screws to mount it in place. And we'll go ahead and use our 8mm socket on our impact to tighten these down. Now you do want to exercise caution. You are tightening into a plastic taillight assembly. You don't want to break it. There's no need to go too tight. Just nice and snug will do. Once you have this one on, you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Oracle flush style LED taillights and black housing and clear lenses for your 21 to current F-150. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.